Hi, I'm the Artsy Crafter. Today I want to show you how to create this really fun pop-up King of the Road for Father's Day. So you can see on the front of this one is a graphic for a little girl. I have one, of course, for a boy, and then a very generic one that students can use for anyone. On the back, of course, more graphics and always a writing activity. And when the students open it up and give it to their loved one, there you see it. It's the King of the Road. It's a pop-up car. Now, I have created for students 4 different cars. They can personalize the license plate for the one they give it to. And this one has a police officer's hat. I've created 10 different hats. So construction worker with a hard hat, a firefighter, the police, of course, a Rastaman, a Viking, a top hat, and more. And then I have a pop-up sign, and I have here 4 different signs for the students to choose from. And then, of course, there's a spot here for another writing activity. So I think your students will have a lot of fun with this one. And stay tuned, and I'll show you how to put it together. So let me begin by showing you what you will require. The cover sheet, and again, this one, it's pretty generic, right? Have a great day. And they're graphics for boys and girls. And I think I told you already that you have a couple different covers to choose from, okay? And then here's the template I'm going to use. So this is very generic. You can make this into any one you want it to be. And I'm going to use one sign, and I've chosen the cook's hat today, okay, or the chef's hat. So what I want you to do to get started is to color everything that you want colored and complete any of the writing activities. So there's a spot here. You can personalize the license plate. And then once you're done, I will show you how to make the pop-up and how to put it together, all right? Okay, you're back. So it must mean that you've colored this already and you've got your writing activity completed. I'm going to start with the cover. It's pretty easy. All you do is turn it upside down, line up the 2 ends as best you can. Then I just slide my hand down and I've got my cover done, okay? So here's the front and there's the back. And I've got my hat cut out and I've got my sign cut out, and you can write on the sign what you want it to say and have those ready, and then come on back and I'll show you how to cut out the main template to get your pop-up ready. Okay, you're back. So it must mean you're ready now for the main template. So let's begin by just folding this in half. And again, accuracy is fairly important. So do your best to line up the edges. And then crease as best you can. Now with your scissors, you're going to make a couple of cuts. Let's do the easy one first. So do you see how I can see right through the paper, and I can see my line for the pop-up for the sign? If you're working on this side, it might be a little clearer. So all you're going to do is use your scissors. Now I try not to cut right at the very end because I find I have more control if I cut a little bit further back. And all I'm going to do is slice open those lines right there. Now, you can open that up and just pop that forward. See that? Pop it forward and just bring it through to the other side. And I give it a little crease there. And then again, I close this and I crease again all around that pop-up for the sign. And I have that one ready to go. Now I'm going to do the cutting for my car. So if I hold it on this side, you can clearly see the person at the wheel, and this side you can see it goes down towards the license plate. So I want you to hold it so that you can see that person, because what we're going to do is just cut this much right here. So on this side, basically just cut so you stop right at the windshield, and the same on this side. All right, at that point, I want you to open it up. And I can see that my little pop-up was a little bit crooked there, so I might just help it a little bit and straighten it. So what I've done here is I've made an opening basically so I can cut the rest of the car. And I want you to cut right down to the bottom of the car, right where the car basically meets the tire. So I'll show you how I do it. Just get my hand in there, put my scissors in, try and be as accurate as possible, stopping right here and doing the same on this side. So if I turn it around, you can see where I've cut. And then I'm going to put my hands underneath that crease line in the middle of the car, and with my fingers I'm just going to try and sort of erase that crease just by, you know, rubbing my fingers on the underside of that crease. All right, I'll let you get caught up to me. Come back when you're ready. Okay, you're back. So you must have completed this crease and popped it forward and cut from the windshield right down to the tire on both sides. Now what we're going to do is fold in 3 spots. So you can pretty much see as soon as you put your hands in there, I need a crease right here at the windshield. I need a crease here above the light and another one just above the tire. So I'm going to start here at where the tires are, okay? So all I'm going to do is sort of pull that forward a bit. So I start the crease, and then I can just turn it around and fold it from the back side. So see that? I'm going to pinch right there, and I'm going to pinch on the other side, and then put it flat on my desk. And I'm going to just run a little crease mark right there above the tires. As soon as I have that one done, I can pull the car forward. So if I pull the car forward, notice I start already to create the second crease. So when I have that folded nicely, I just crease a second time. So there, my car is starting to look like it's taking shape. And then I think the easiest way to do the last crease is to keep that in place and then just close the card. So I'm going to line up my edges really well. And by edges, I mean these 2 corners right here. It's nice and straight. Then I hold it. And then this is where the car is right here. So I just slide my hand backwards and then recrease everything else, sliding my hand backwards, okay? So you see that? It sits nice and flat. That's the key here. And then when I open it up, look at that. Okay? So why don't I let you get caught up to me? Okay, you're back. So it must mean you're happy with all your creases. Now all I'm going to do is to take my card and I'm just going to slide it inside the cover. Get it nice and lined up, okay? So when you're happy with that, I'm going to hold it with one hand and open it up. And now I'm going to put glue on this side here. And all I want to do is start with glue in the 4 corners. And then I want some glue between the car and the sign. And then I'll put a little dab right here in the center, okay? And then just close the card back up, making sure everything's nicely lined up. And then turn to the back, do the exact same thing. Again, it's the glue on this side this time. So in the 4 corners, I want some glue. And I want some glue here between the car and the sign. And then I'll put a little dab right here in the center, but stay away from the pop-up, okay? So over here. And then just close your card up. Give it a good crease with your hand and open it up. Make sure everything still pops up nicely. Okay? I'll give you a moment to get caught up to me. Okay, you're back. And so now what we're going to do is put our sign here on the sign pop-up. So all you need to do, maybe it's best, is if you put some glue here on the front of the pop-up and then put your sign on the front, okay? That's probably the easiest right there. And then you need a hat, and I told you I chose the cook's hat or the chef's hat. And I want it to flare out a little bit, so I'm only going to put glue at the, oopsies, at the bottom here. And I'm going to put that on my chef like so, okay? Fun and easy. And your loved one is going to treasure this. The King of the Road. So like I said, I have lots of options for you to choose from. And I think you're going to have a lot of fun creating, and your person is going to have a lot of fun receiving. Happy Father's Day.